All right. The next topic is going to be, of course, we're going to talk about, as you can tell, we're going to be talking about the egg she gets as well. But I had the theory that since I had watched the anime before playing the game, I had seen all of the characters, of course, and then seeing these characters as captains in the game when I was playing through it, I kind of thought, okay, what if the anime is the past and the game is the present? Because, as you can tell, Lana's goal was to catch a bunch of cool underwater Pokemon, in which she does in the game. Malo's was to be a cook. She owns her own restaurant. And Sophos, I'm never gonna be able to say his name, but basically he just likes making stuff, which he does as well in the game, because as we can see when you fight him in the game, he tests out his totem Pokemon collar, and he summons the Pokemon, of course, causing the blackout and blah 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 game spoilers that are not required here. But then, bringing this to Lily, in the anime, Lily still lives with her mother, and her mother works a lot. See, I had said this before, perhaps she doesn't know what her mother is doing yet, in which she wouldn't have Nebby yet. But in the game, she finds this out, and then she runs away. So I was, obviously the anime, there's no possible way for the anime to follow the game exactly, due to Lily already being in the, she's already in the Alola region at this point. But in the game, it hints that she's not actually from Alola. She's not from those islands, because in her diary, which you can read at the end of the game after you beat the Elite Four and the champion, once Lily departs, you're given the option to go back to that loft she had at that room, and a Murkrow picked off the lock on her diary, in which you can read that she was like confused because in Alola they didn't have gym leaders. But if she was from Alola, how would she have known this? How would she have known that there are gym leaders? She was like, oh, there's no Elite Four. How would she have known that? So it suggests she's from a different region. And then, big spoiled, like a spoiled plot, it later suggests that Wick had set up with Professor Burnett, which is Kukoi's wife, for her to go to the professor and live there instead of with them. So it is like it had been set up. So when she gets when Nebby, it was kind of a really good coincidence that she had been put there because they had needed to get there, and then they did because Nebby. So that's why she's the assistant. But then we also have the thing of, how would this be able to happen in the anime if she's already there? I haven't yet seen anything in the anime suggesting that she is from another region. But I don't know, I might have missed something. I don't think I did, but alright. So then, of course, I was thinking, okay, so maybe Nebby is going to be introduced in a different way in the anime rather than how it did in the game. Because in the game, she steals Nebby from Lucimine's torture, and she runs off with it. But she can't do that in the anime because she's already where Lucimine is, so she wouldn't be able to go anywhere else. So then, that gets to the topic of, what's in the egg? I was thinking, okay, the egg quite obviously has those flower patterns on it, which of course very similarly show UB01. But then, of course, I was also thinking, I'm not sure if the anime would actually have UB01 hatch from an egg, since it's not exactly a Pokemon. So I was thinking, okay, maybe Cosmog would hatch from the egg. But then Cosmog doesn't look like the egg. It doesn't resemble the egg at all. So then I also thought of, okay, what about Alolan Ninetales and Alolan Vulpix, and then Alolan Sandshrew and Alolan Sandslash. I was thinking that maybe this could be her way of, I don't know, man. I was like, my thought process was, okay, maybe Lily's going to be a Pokemon trainer in the anime. Maybe it's going to continue from the game, because then it had said that she wants to be a Pokemon trainer. She's going to go to Kanto and have her own challenges. So then that kind of is like, okay, what if the anime is kind of taking that egg and making it her first Pokemon, and instead of going to Kanto, like the game did, she would do the island challenges with Ash? What if she would be Ash's rival in this, kind of? Because How has not yet been introduced, I don't think. I'm pretty sure he hasn't yet been introduced, so Ash has no idea who How is, in which How would not be the rival yet. So I was kind of thinking, well, maybe they're going to try and have Lily as the rival, because although Lily doesn't like touching Pokemon, she did adjust and she touched the egg when it was in danger. So that kind of makes me think, okay, maybe she'll get used to it and then she'll become a Pokemon trainer. She'll end up being against Ash. That's the kind of vibe I was thinking about, because, okay, like in the game, I wouldn't say How is the main protagonist's rival, because in every previous game, the rival always has the starter Pokemon strong to what you chose. So in the game, for us to have the type advantage, I kind of think maybe we're the rival in this. We're always one step ahead of How. How is always so happy after defeat. He's always giving us gifts after fights. I was thinking, okay, maybe we're the rival in this. I mean, we beat him, we became champion, and instead of him being the champion and us fighting him, it was the other way around. So then that was kind of making me think that perhaps Lily will take How's place in the anime. Though I'm not sure this is what's going to happen. I'm kind of thinking Lily is going to be like, trying to think of a way to put this. She's going to be the May of this generation, while Mallow will be the Brock, and Lana will be the Bonnie, is kind of, and then Soffel, whatever the fuck his name is, will be Clement. So that's kind of like, I was thinking of the relation between the anime and the game, kind of. Like, they're not the same setting, yet they're intermingling anyway. Like, I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe the anime, which I know would take longer to make than the game due to the animation process. Not that there isn't an animation process in the game, but for the anime, they have to add the sub and dub versions, of course, voice actors and such, which aren't really a huge thing in the game. I mean, the game is already fully released, quite obviously. You can play through it, see the plot, all of that. But in the anime, they can switch stuff around, because it's already not like how the game was. So, of course, that would mean, okay, maybe they're gonna mess around with the anime a little bit and make it like kind of like the game, but with different parts, of course, involving Ash. Unless they make Ash the rival, like Ash could be the protagonist in the anime, and then that would be it. So that was my theory. All right.